All right. Happy Sunday afternoon. Oh, I didn't even think. I'm wearing a green, like, pullover shirt under my pullover, and I forgot that it's green, and so it's gonna disappear. If it doesn't bother you, I'm just not even gonna worry about it. Montana pause, yeah, she just got up. Didn't even think about my dang thing. Whatever. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna go change. It's whatever. It'll be fine. I'm just wearing purple plaid. We'll just go with that. Thank you. Okay. Let me get steam going here. It's gonna be very loud. Prepare your ears. Use your CPU, locate every clue, make the right connections, and we'll find what's true. Together, we will work it out. I'll protect your honor if you be my scout. 'Cause what's out there is a mystery. We'll shine a light of truth and make it clear to see that murder's never far away. We'll put our heads together and we'll save the day. We might not know what the future holds, but just stick with me and we'll face what comes together. That's such a good intro. Okay. I think we had to go somewhere. Dressing room? There he is. He's really... Don't think you could just walk away from me, Honor Mizrahi. What's going on? Is it true what Ryan said? Someone died and you've been acting like some kind of detective? I'm still figuring things out. I don't know if it's something I don't want to hear it. What were you thinking? It was bad enough you gave up your degree. Thank you for the host. To become some low-rent TV actress, but now this? If your father was here... Mom, Dick Stanford is dead. Are you going to help or not? Maybe I should go put Dick's flowers in some water. They're starting to wilt already. Mom, wait, Kinda early to be collecting flowers for the funeral, isn't it? Don't you have someplace else to be? Hey, I'm just here to watch the great detective at work. I'm not a detective, I just... Stay out of my way, okay? Do you really have to stand there? Okay, now you want to talk to me? I can't believe you called me out on stage like that. You had no right. I hadn't even told Mom about what happened yet. Yeah, I got that impression. Real healthy relationship you've got there. As if you're any kind of authority on what makes a healthy relationship. I'm just giving you a chance. A chance to do what? To screw up? Just do whatever you think is best. You're the detective, remember? Who knows, maybe you'll get lucky again. And if not, there's no shame in admitting you need help. What do you think happened to Dick? He was out of his mind, if that stage performance was anything to go by. Probably went nuts and killed himself. You really think he would do that? You're the detective, you tell me. Can you think of anyone who might have wanted to hurt Dick? No.
But you have connections to people in the TV business. You may have heard something.
Yeah, I know people, but I don't pay attention to industry drama. Is that a picture of your dad? Wish I could have met him. I wish you'd met him too. Maybe he could have warned me not to marry you in the first place. Hey, it was your mom who set us up. Your family loves me. They didn't have to live with you. A bow tie? You know I don't wear those things. An acceptance speech? You seriously think you were gonna win Best Actress, did you? It's not my speech, it was Becky's. Ouch. I guess money really can't buy everything. Something is all over this couch. Is it just buttons? We're getting investigated. Doo-boo-doo-doo. Doo-boo-doo-boo-doo. To get real hard about puzzles. Hey. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm such a good rapper. Wow. I impress even myself. That's a handprint. I think. Yeah, I identified one of them. Man, I'm still F detective.
Honor, look at this. There are handprints on Dick's neck.
He was strangled?
Strangulation. Death by external obstruction of the windpipe, stopping the flow of air to the lungs. Air is important because it contains oxygen, which the brain requires to function. Perhaps it's analogous to my primary bus being obstructed?
Maybe. I can't believe we're really doing this.
You can't, but you know I'm good at finding things.
Not just that, everything. We're doing detective work again. How did that happen? I thought we were done when we solved Blake's murder. That was just a one-off thing, wasn't it?
We may not have been looking for a mystery to solve, but a mystery has found us. And besides, we still have the matter of my memory loss to solve.
I feel like the game is quite loud, so I'm gonna cut it just a little bit. Just a smidgel.
Unless you think we should stop.
Stop and miss all the fun? We might be able to crack this case before the cops even get here.
Do you really think so?
Will you help? With you to help me? Why not? Besides, it would really annoy Ryan if we did. That's motivation enough for me.
So, I guess that means we're partners again.
Hello, Anna. There was Montana Paws. I think she's currently sleeping behind my green screen.
Just like in the movies.
Here's looking at you, Scout. Let's keep looking around. How's it going, Anna? How's your day today? We have a dead man on a couch here, so that's what we're doing. What is that? Doesn't that look weird, that panel? That ceiling panel? It's okay. Well, I hope it becomes fantastic. Thank you for shouting out, Anna. Ooh, I love it when there's a big number. It started nicely, but my sister's family's coming to get Chloe, so there will be a lot of chaos, and then Chloe will go home for a bit, so I am sad. Aww, I'm sorry. That is sad. Two plus 9 is 11, plus 1 space is 12. So that would be a margin error of 3. So 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I forgot I had another tab open with stream running, then K-pop was playing from that, and I'm like, did V add K-pop to her stream? Were you watching K-pop on another tab, Terror? I'm so curious. 2 plus 8 is 10, 11, 12, 13. So these have got to be part of the 8. Oh no, this could still be. Oh, another stream is playing K-pop. Oh, okay, I see. 4, 5, 6. Oh, via command. Okay, I see. So this will be part of that. So that can't be right though, because then there's no place for the 1. Something's wrong up in here. I'm gonna undo these. 5, 7. 4, 4, 4. So we got 5 here. 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, space 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did go one too far over. How's the ice, baby? It mostly melted today. It's still cold out there, but it's not so, like, unbearable cold. I actually took a walk earlier, and it was nice. Nice and crispy. This will be a 1. 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know this is part of the 6. Space 1. I would have been happy if I'd gotten some snow. I like snow much better than ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, space 1. At least we know that's part of it. Oh, here we go. Here's 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Space 2. 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eight. 8. So this has got to be the 6 and the 3. 2 and 3. 2, 3, 1. This is done. 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 1. 7 is done. Here we go. We're coming along. We still have a bit of snow over the lawn. It's been cold enough that the top of it refroze. So sometimes when Chloe walks over, she slips a lot. It's very adorable. Yeah, Montana slipped yesterday morning when I let her out first thing in the morning because the grass was frozen. And she slipped, and then she turned around and looked at me like, "You're not gonna do anything about this?" And I was amused. Pupcapades, yeah. What is that? A liquor spill. Oh, okay. I can kind of see that now. It's fun trying to guess what I'm making a picture of. Oh, yay, I'm Detective E. A spill? That could suggest some kind of struggle, maybe? It smells like whiskey.
Whiskey? Ah, fermented grain liquor. Pairs well with beef and wild mushrooms. Would you say this smells domestic or imported?
Since when do you know so much about whiskey?
I scanned a copy of Rise and Shine
Rise and Shine
magazine in the lobby earlier. Philip Marlowe's fascination with alcohol is finally starting to make sense.
Seems like it was Dick Stanford's fascination too. Fascination. I said fascination. He must have been drinking it before he went up for his award.
That's everything from my quick scan. Should I make a more detailed sweep?
Not yet. I think we've got enough to suggest what happened here.
Ooh, you have a theory already? I can't wait to hear it.
Dick was murdered. Someone must have been waiting for him backstage. The whiskey suggests he was drunk, so he couldn't have put up much of a fight. The killer only had to put his hands around his neck and...
Lights out for Dick Stanford.
Scout! Was that a quip?
It's a quote from one of your detective novels, but I'm working on a routine to make my own.
Scout is so cute. I've got to admit I'm impressed. No, really, not bad for someone with no experience or training. Who knows, maybe this time you can catch the killer before he jumps off a 10th floor balcony. The body's in here. What? Honor, what are you doing here? We're just measuring. We've been trying to figure out what happened here. I thought I made it clear last time. You are not a detective.
But we...
And as for this toaster of yours, it's got no feelings, no intuition. It undermines all the principles of good police work. Don't you at least want to hear what we found? Absolutely not. I've got a trained forensics team coming in. I can only hope you two idiots haven't contaminated all the evidence. Now get out of my crime scene.
He didn't seem pleased to see us.
No, but that's not gonna stop us now, right?
Right. Let's find some more evidence.
Jim Gordon. Who's that? Liquor spill not into one's mouth? Tragic. Identify this shape, which is by definition a random blob. Oh. Hey, hey. Oh, you think of Jim Gordon specifically from Batman when you see that police detective? Oh. Fair enough. Hi, Montana. Anna says hello. She's walking away. Sadness. I know. One space, two space one, okay? Anna Montana, she wants to be part of your world. I'm so thirsty. Wow. Celeb life. Oh no, it has tea in it. Maybe one day I'll drink on stream, but it would only be like one beverage and I'd get sleepy halfway through. It's an old issue of Celeb Life with the feature of I'm talking like I'm drinking booze. So like a regular stream, yeah, where I get sleepy halfway through and I just start yawning everywhere. It's an old issue of Celeb Life with a feature on Dick Stanford. This must have been written just after he retired. Looks like a typical puff piece, all about what a great guy he is. Here's something for your database, Scout. Gossip magazines like Celeb Life are total garbage for people that don't have lives themselves.
I've added this to my database. Thank you, Honor.
That's weird. The last page has been torn out. All that's left are the first two words. However, rumors...
I wonder what the rest of the article said.
Is there more to look at? Apparently there is more to look at. Hey, this song is really good. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah. Got him. That is a rock. Hip flask. Apparently everybody in Hollywood has drinking problems, which is not surprising. Hello HS, thank you for the host. Oh look, another blob. This smells like just like the whiskey we found in Dick's dressing room. Do you think this was his hip flask?
If it was, how did it get out here?
Oh, there's nothing more to investigate? The real cops are finally here. You ready to let them take over now? Not just yet. Did you know Dick personally? Met him a couple times. Can't say I liked him. The guy was always blowing his own horn. Really, I'm surprised you didn't get along. It sounds like you had a lot in common. Funny. Can you think of anyone who might have wanted to hurt him? Not offhand, but that's the thing with this town. You never really know anyone. Tell me about it. Oh. Yeah, this is a pullover I have. It says Proof Rock Preparatory School. Memento Mori, established 2000. My favorite Lemony Snicket book, Austere Academy. Thank you. What do you think about Bobby Price? He looks nervous, doesn't he? Then again, I can't blame him. I hear his show's pretty close to getting canceled. What's your impression of Kathleen? I don't trust her. She's hiding something. You sure it's not just because she's smart and a woman? I've got no problem with smart women. As long as they're not smarter than you. Are we still talking about Kathleen? Ugh, is that whiskey? You know I hate that stuff. According to this magazine article, there was some kind of rumors going around about Dick. Do you know anything about that? Nope. You know I keep out of all that showbiz drama. Get that away from me. Dang it, Honor. You know I can't stand the smell of whiskey. Why not?
Why not?
That's not... The week before we got married, he got wasted and crashed his dad's yacht into the San Diego pier. I don't know what was worse, the broken arm or the 3-day hangover. Hey, Puffy. Thanks for reminding me. Haha, call him out. Where's Detective Cross?
All the people are gone. What if the killer got away?
Not everyone. Bobby and Kathleen are over there. I guess the cops are focusing on anyone with a direct connection to Dick. Let's investigate first and then question later. Getting close to beating Bug Fables? Good luck! That last boss was a doozy. So my question is, why even have this line if it's a 0? If it's at the top, bottom, or one of the edges, like, why just, like, maybe they're trying to do, like, you know, they're constantly trying to do, like, the 5x5 boxes, but, like, I'm intelligent enough to count, even if a box is not 5 across. So I don't know. Game disagrees. So these can't be for sure because 2, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
The thing about Baby Yoda is that I just love him.
Evening, Moocher. How are ya? Uh-oh. Is something wrong here? Oh, wait, no. I'm just dumb. I remember Disney did beat it on a hard mode. He needed a lot of heal items, though. I don't know how he did that. When I barely beat him... Well, I lost the first time on normal mode. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what we call Bob, good and bad feelings all mixed together. I've never heard that term, but I'm sorry you've got some bad feelings. I hope those fade quickly and you're left with just positives. This game has nonograms. It sure do. That's why I'm loving it so much. Well, also that, and I'm really enjoying Scout and Honor. They're both very fun characters. It's helpful when you have main characters that you actually like. Because that doesn't always happen, you know? What is that? Beef jerky. Oh. Oh, there's so much... Wow, there's so much chat happening. Hang on. From a quest I got a +1 HP berry. Not sure who to give it to. I'd say give it to Kabu and keep him in the front. That's what I did a lot of the time, but that was just my own strategy. I remember when I was doing my monograms app every day, just suddenly stopped and never opened it again. Thank you for shouting out CJ and everybody else. Thank you for double CJ shout out. Oh, carried my dad yesterday. Now he has peace. Oh, well, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Moocher. My heart is with you and your family. I'll be sending you all the good vibes that I can. I'm glad you're here and that the stream is bringing you a little bit of cheer. Wallet made from beef jerky. That does sound interesting, doesn't it? But I'd be afraid that, like, I'd just be, like, walking in the park and, like, all the dogs would come up to me and be like, you know? All my fights you've been using Kabu in front. Yeah, it's a pretty good strategy because he's got that defense point, but someone must have dropped this without realizing. It's nice. Real leather. Which I guess leather is kind of like a version of beef jerky, right?
I wonder who it belongs to. We should try to return it.
There's no ID inside, just small bills and a check stub for $50,000. It was paid today, but I can't see who it was paid to, just an account number.
Can I assume from your facial expression that $50,000 is a lot?
It's a hell of a lot, maybe even enough to kill for. You know, I could be wrong, but I think Ryan used to have a wallet like this. Oh, snippy snaps. Who do we question? Let's question Bobby first. What? Oh, it's you. Sorry. This whole thing with Dix got me kind of bugged. Is it true that what that guy set up on stage, you're trying to find the killer? I'm trying to find out what happened to Dick. Just like you did back at your TV studio. Dang, from playing a detective to being a real one. That's a wild career change. I'm not exactly a real detective. I'm just trying to help. Oh, for sure. That's cool. Wait, you don't think I did it, do you? I'm not like that. Why would I throw my whole career away just to murder some old guy? It's no secret that you and Dick didn't get along.
And when you left our table during the ceremony, you said you were gonna give him a piece of your mind.
That was just talk. Why would I pick a fight with Dick Stanford? If anything, he hated me for taking over his show. Do you know if anyone else wanted to hurt him? Probably a long list. He acts nice in public, but in real life he's got a reputation. Have you talked to Kathleen? She put up with his grumpy butt for years. Or how about that chick who started screaming about how she should have won Best Actress? Becky? Much as I may dislike her, she's not a killer. You sure about that? She looked crazy enough to do anything. Pretty cute, though. Did Kathleen not get along with Dick? They seemed kind of tense on stage. She had to work with Dick every day for almost 20 years. Forget tense, I'm surprised she's still sane. The girl who wanted to win Best Actress was Becky Call. She plays the lead in my show, Murder Mystery. I thought she looked familiar. She was pretty pissed about not getting that award. It was a big deal for her. I guess if anything could drive her to murder. People do crazy things sometimes. Make mistakes in the heat of the moment. It doesn't make them a bad person. Hey, are you friends with her? I'd love to get her number. To get her on Back Talk, I mean. I bet she'd be a great guest. So you took over Back Talk, right? Is that when your problems with Dick started? Yeah, and that mean guy, he knows how to hold a grudge. Yeah, I'm trying to keep this as fairly friendly as possible. I hadn't been on the air 10 minutes. He was already talking crap about me to the press. He's too flashy. He's ruined the show. Sure, we updated things a little, but come on, man, that set hadn't changed since 1979. Couldn't you just ignore him? Sure, but the hate mail started coming in. He's got all these crazy fans. My ratings crashed. They're already talking about canceling the show.
So your TV career was threatened by Dick. Would you say that made you angry?
Yeah, but I wouldn't kill the guy over it. This was supposed to be Becky's acceptance speech for Best Actress. Dang, that sucks. I wish I could help her out somehow. We found handprints around Dick's neck. Someone strangled him. Doesn't narrow it down much, does it? After all, everyone here has two hands. This is serious, Bobby. I know, I get nervous. Not because I'm guilty or anything, just the whole situation. Someone spilled whiskey in Dick's dressing room. Do you know anything about that? Whiskey? It must have been his. Have you read the Celeb Life article about Dick? No, seeing his photo on the front cover was enough to put me off. It says there were some rumors going around about Dick. Figures, a lot of my crew worked on the old show with him. From what I hear, he wasn't exactly easy to work with. Anything bad enough that someone might have wanted to kill him? Sorry, I don't remember. Do you recognize this hip flask? Is it yours? Detectives always have them in the movies. I never seen one in real life before. I don't know anything. Okay.
I hear you're investigating what happened to Dick. I wish you the best of luck.
I guess you've heard by now. Dick was strangled.
Oh God, please don't tell me anymore. I can hardly bear to think about it.
How long did you and Dick work together on Back Talk?
Oh, many years. I heard people say it was hard to imagine there was a time before I was on the show.
You weren't there from the start?
I didn't join until the second season. They wanted someone who could attract more viewers. You should have seen the outfits they tried to squeeze me into. Hardly more than swimsuits some days.
That's terrible.
That's television. But I stood my ground. I'd like to think I made a difference.
How was your relationship with Dick?
Oh, we got on just fine.
Really? When we met him, he was kind of a butt.
This is Hollywood. Everyone has their problems. But I'm a professional, and people who complain get a reputation. Besides, no one wants to hear about backstage drama. They'd rather just relax and enjoy the show. Although I don't think anyone was expecting the show they saw tonight.
Do you know Ryan Blackstock? He was on stage earlier.
You mean tall, blonde, and handsome? I was wondering who that was. Funniest thing, I saw him with Dick earlier today. They were getting lunch at Dylan's on Fairfax.
Our ex-husband was getting lunch with the murdered guy? He is so sus. bad news bears. Come on. Lunch? Why would Ryan be getting lunch with Dick Stanford? Your guess is as good as mine. Hey, Coco. Whatever it wasn't going very well. Seemed like they were arguing. I wish I could tell you more, but I was in a cab at the time. I only caught a glimpse. You don't think it could be related to what happened to Dick, do you? What do you know about Bobby Price? He's talented, but he's got big shoes to fill if he wants to keep hosting Backtalk. He doesn't seem to be much of a fan of Dick. They never saw eye to eye. Dick hated having his show taken away from him, and Bobby hated working in Dick's shadow. Hated it enough to kill Dick? Bobby's young, ambitious, and impulsive. More than that, I can't say. I was so pleased when I found out they wanted me to give Dick his award. I've been waiting for a moment like this for a long time. Now it's all over, and nothing will ever be the same again. A clip-on bow tie? Dick used to hate those things. Funny, isn't it? It can be so hard to remember these things while someone's alive, but after they're gone, even the smallest detail seems unforgettable. Have you seen this article about Dick and celeb life? Of course. Dick was very proud of his front page billing. I'm guessing he was less happy when he saw how the article ended. Something about rumors. We're still missing part of the article. Let me guess, the entire last page was torn out? Dick did that to every copy he could get his hands on. He never could take criticism very well. Personally, I think it's good that these magazines do a little digging occasionally. Call it investigative journalism if you like. So you think there's some truth to the rumors they printed? Can you tell us more about what they were? Sorry, I'd love to talk, but I have to take this. Kathleen said she saw you and Dick arguing over lunch earlier today. Care to explain? That was nothing. We were talking about some business. Things got a little out of hand. It happens. Except in this case, the other guy turned up dead a few hours later. What, you think I did it? What is it with you? You've always got to turn me into the bad guy.
We're just following up on the available evidence. It's nothing personal.
I think this scout thing is a bad influence on you. I'm serious. I do my best to support you, but you don't make it easy. Hey, you found my wallet. Couldn't help noticing you wrote a big check today. You went through my stuff? You just can't help checking up on me, can you? Don't flatter yourself. I wanted to see whose wallet it was. So what was the money for? Nothing, just business. $50,000 of business? That's a lot of nothing. I don't have to explain myself to you. I want to talk to the detective. I've heard Dick was arguing with Ryan Blackstock earlier today. Do you know him? Know anything about that argument? Ryan who? Sorry, I don't know the guy. What am I supposed to do? Can I do investigations anywhere? No. No. So, if I've presented all the evidence to everybody and gone through every single thing, what am I supposed to do? does the evidence mean different things to him? Whether I'm in the... I'm confused. Maybe I didn't finish talking to her. Any idea whose wallet this might be?
Sorry, I don't recognize it.
Does this belong to Dick?
I don't think so.
But you saw what he was like on stage tonight. Oh, thank you for the host, Manny. Timo. Drunk as a sailor.
Is there a chance the hip flask belongs to anyone else? We should investigate every possibility.
Well, it could be Bobby's. I've heard he started drinking to cope with the stress. It's a flask for your hip, I do believe. Oh, yeah, it's a hip flask.
The production team aren't happy. Imagine going through all of the trouble of rebooting a talk show just for the new host to get carted off to rehab.
Okay. I just didn't finish talking to her about those things. So I should probably go back and talk to Bobby about his drinking problem. What? That's crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Thank you for the host, NDL. In fact, I seen Dick with the hip flask backstage. It's probably his. You saw how he acted on stage. The guy was drunk and a... Okay. You still here? What did forensics find? We're still waiting on blood tests, but in my professional opinion, Dick Stanford was strangled to death.
We knew that already.
Oh, well, we also found whiskey spilled on the floor, telltale sign of a struggle. Yep, we knew that too. Jesus Christ, how about the door handle? I guess we missed that one. Aha! See, that's why you should leave this to the professionals. We know to check for prints. You found prints? That's great. Well, not exactly. The handle was wiped clean. Smells like the killer cleaned it with the whiskey.
The alcohol would have acted as a solvent, a very effective solution.
So let me get this straight. The only new thing you found is where some fingerprints used to be. Look, it's not about who found what. It's about coming to the right conclusions. And that takes experience, expertise, and intuition. You want conclusions? We've already got 2 suspects, Bobby Price and Ryan Blackstock. Is that so? What's your evidence against Bobby? We found this hip flask backstage. It contains the same whiskey as we found at the crime scene. And I've heard Bobby Price has a drinking problem. Interesting. It needs more evidence to back it up, but it's a good start. How about your other suspect? What's that Silver Spoon Blackstock kid got to do with this? Ryan Blackstock was seen arguing with Dick this afternoon. Not much on its own, but he also signed a check today for $50,000. Bodies have a nasty habit of showing up when there's that much money at stake. And Ryan isn't exactly trustworthy. Oh, you know him? He's my ex-husband. He's also manipulative and an ass. Thank you, Scout. I'm gonna assume he picked that up from you. What can I say? He's a fast learner. Okay, I'll admit, you found a couple of good leads. I'll follow up on them just as soon as I finish my report. Can't we at least keep looking for more evidence? No way. You're lucky I don't arrest you right now for interfering in an investigation. Now get out of here, will ya? I can't afford any more liabilities. The captain's got me under a microscope on this one. You mentioned Bobby Price has a drinking problem? He'll deny it, I'm sure, but I've heard plenty of stories. A way to calm his nerves, I suppose.
What do you think he's nervous about?
Oh, the usual. His performance, his ratings, Dick giving him a hard time. And now a murder, too. It's no wonder the poor kid has issues. Yes, Summer, I'd mentioned that at the beginning of the stream, and I didn't feel like changing, so I didn't. Leave you alone? You know, you're starting to become predictable, detective. And you're starting to become a real pain in my butt. Do you want something, or are you just here to bug me? Yes, hello, Summer.
Honor's mother dropped her bag in here earlier. We'd like to look for it.
Your mother, huh? Yes, her bag. That's why we're here. Alright, but do it quietly. I got paperwork to finish. Good thinking, Scout. Since when do you know how to lie like that? Thank you. I like my Prue frock pullover.
It was one of the many things I learned from those detective movies, along with the snappy one-liner subroutine I mentioned earlier.
You'll have to show me later. Right now we better look for clues before Cross realizes what we're really doing in here. I'm gonna start on this side of the room this time. I really like the puzzle music. I guess that doesn't necessarily 1, 2, 3 space 1, 2. Oh yeah, it has to be. Uh-oh. This is not a 4. So I'm assuming it's gotta be that. That is a Game Boy. Oh, close. Close. I'm Detective Rank D. This must belong to Dick. It looks like it's password protected. Can you hack into it, Scout?
Sorry, Honor, this is a little embarrassing, but I don't have the right cable. I can only interface with devices bearing an RS-232 port. This device's interface is proprietary. I need some kind of adapter to connect to the PDA. I can't access the data without it.
Got it. Well, let me know if you see one around here. We still investigating. Wait. Okay, we stopped here. One space 1 2 3 space 1 2 3. I've forgotten what PDA stands for. It's a public display of affection. 1 space 1 2 3 space 1 2 space 1. Okay. Assistant. Yeah. There's so many ones. Can they chill it with the ones? Well, I know this has to be a 1. It's a personal device, actually. Actually. My brain is struggling with this one because there's just so many ones. Does your flying robot have 3 ear antennas, or is it 1 antenna spinning real fast? I think it's 3. I think it's 3. We found... Scout woke up at the dump and found us. And the side mystery is that we're trying to figure out where Scout came from and what he was made for. I did it! It's a cookie! Oh. I woke up in the dump. Scout came from the dump. Problem solved.
It's some kind of coin, but I don't recognize the currency.
That's not a coin, it's a medallion. They give these to recovering alcoholics. And according to the engraving, Dick Stanford has been sober for 40 years.
If that's true, the spilled whiskey must belong to the killer.
I think we found everything we can in here, at least while Cross is watching.
A password-protected PDA and a medallion? Is that enough to crack the case?
I don't know about the PDA, but the medallion definitely raises some interesting questions. If Dick doesn't drink alcohol...
Then the whiskey and the hip flask it was spilled from is a direct link to the killer.
And I think we have a pretty good idea of who it belongs to. I hate accusing Bobby, though, because last time I accused the wrong person. And so everything is pointing to Bobby, because if Bobby really has a drinking problem, then the whiskey would make sense to be his. But I hate accusing him, because I don't want to get it wrong again. I've been sober for 40 years too. 40 years for me too. Oh dang, typo. Seconds. 40 seconds for you. I don't really have anything to accuse Kathleen with. And like, I have enough reason to accuse Ryan, but he also cannot stand whiskey. So like the spilled whiskey and the hip flask doesn't make any sense. I don't know what to do. I don't want to accuse the wrong person again. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to accuse Bobby. He's going to get arrested. And then I'm going to find some more evidence and it's going to be like, oh, dang, it was Ryan. And then I'm going to be like, oh, crud, I feel bad because now Bobby's been, you know, interrogated for the last 8 hours. What do I do? What do I do? But also, I just really don't like Ryan because he's my lying, manipulative ex-husband. Yes, Tara? This will help.
So beautiful. You could be a part-time model. You probably still have to keep your normal job. Part-time model. Spending part-time modeling.
And party time next to me. I'm gonna go with Bobby. Thank you. Thank you for the bits.
Beautiful.
Can't wait for summertime. It's so cold out.
Back in 99. Our first dance. That's my jam.
You know what? I need to add that song to my Owl City Spotify playlist right now before I forget because I keep forgetting. That's my jam. Reliant. Uh-oh. It's not on Spotify. Well, that's just dumb. Okay.
Bobby Price.
What are you two yammering about? I don't mind you looking for your mom's bag, but can't you do it quietly? We just found it, actually. We'll get out of your hair.
Enjoy your paperwork, detective.
It's incredible. She's so much like him. Aww. I'm assuming he's talking about our dad. You look like you lost something. Need any help? What? There's a lovely acoustic instrumental cover of it on Spotify, though. Oh, cool. What? Oh, hi. Lost something? No, nothing.
Are you sure I can find anything?
It's cool. I'm just trying to find the men's room. I thought you said you weren't looking for anything. I guess I did. Anyway, I'll just be... Well, that was weird. You told us that Hip Flask was Dick's, but he hasn't had a drink in over 40 years.
What? Well, then it must belong to somebody else. What about the Ryan guy?
You can't pin this on me. I didn't do anything. Well, you're sure making yourself as heckin' suspicious as possible. Can I talk to the detective? Yeah. Can we talk? Do we have to? I'm snowed under with paperwork here. And didn't your mom want her bag back? I wanted to hear your thoughts on the case. An experienced detective like you, I bet you've already figured out who did it. Spare me the flattery, Ms. Rahi. You're not getting my permission to investigate. I'm just waiting for the forensics report to show up, then I'm starting the interviews. Forensics report? But we already know Dick was strangled. Right, any amateur can see that, as you've demonstrated. But we still need to know the details. Time of death, blood tests, that sort of stuff. I'd rather be collecting evidence instead of waiting for paperwork, but I gotta make sure I follow procedure to the letter after what happened on the last case. I can't help but feel kind of responsible. Good. One of many reasons why I don't want you getting involved again. What's with all the paperwork? You never struck me as the academic type. Captain's orders. I gotta do this one strictly by the book. Everyone at the station's been giving me hell since the case at your studio. I arrested the wrong guy, the murderer escaped, and all the crucial evidence was found by an amateur and a talking alarm clock. Sorry. We're not trying to ruin your reputation, Detective. Ruin my reputation? They already think I'm too old for casework. The department's full of know-it-all kids these days. I've been trying to tell them something stinks about the way Frank Pritchell died, but they won't listen. You seemed surprised when I mentioned my mom. I did. I guess I was just shocked at the thought there might be another version of you walking around. Another me? You couldn't be further from the truth. That's what everyone says, but we all end up like our parents one way or another. You mentioned Frank Pritchell. That's the guy who killed Blake, right? Right. Jumped from the 10th floor before I could get to him. Neat little suicide note, no evidence of forced entry. But you don't think he killed himself? I don't know what I think yet. What I do know is I've been working cases since before you were in diapers, and I learned to trust my gut. And it's telling me there's something screwy about the way Frank Pritchell died. Okay. You know, I get the feeling Bobby really was looking for something.
Do you think there's evidence hidden here?
Doesn't hurt to take a look around. Also, I was told that if I want to have free dinner, I need to leave at 4:30, so I'm going to be streaming a little bit shorter than I anticipated. But I do like free food. Space 1, space 2. Yeah, free food is an easy decision. Whoop. This song kind of reminds me of the hotel theme from Undertale. Space 1, 2, space 1, 2, 3. If I leave at 4:30, I can go have dinner with my family, and that means free food for me. So, I guess I'll be ending at 4:30. That's in 24 minutes. Hello, Angel. How are you? It's delightful to see you. 1, 2, space 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm glad you are good. Thank you for shouting out Angel. Oh, what is this? I'm not looking. It's a cream donut. Handkerchief. What the heck? That don't even make sense. A silk handkerchief. That's weird and kind of gross.
Perhaps Bobby dropped it when he left.
Maybe. He doesn't strike me as the silk handkerchief type.
What do these embroidered letters indicate? Don't sneeze?
DS? Scout, this must belong to Dick Stanford.
But Dick died in his dressing room. What's his handkerchief doing here?
And why does it smell like whiskey? Sup, Bobby? You seen this before? Where'd you get that? We found it in the main hall, right where you were standing earlier. It's not mine. I know. The monogram says it was Dick's. That's great. I mean, that's great detective work. The weird thing is, it smells of whiskey. Maybe he liked the smell. Scout, would you join me in the dressing room for a second?
Why, Honor? Yes, let's go.
He is so sus. Bye then. Are you ever gonna let me finish this dang report? You don't need to. We got all the evidence you need. You've been investigating? Do you even realize how much danger you're putting yourself in? There's a strangler out there. I know, and we think it's Bobby Price. He wanted revenge on Dick for sabotaging his TV career. Dick hated him for taking over Back Talk. He used his influence to attack Bobby in the press. Bobby's ratings hit rock bottom. He's on the verge of cancellation. And tonight, Bobby had to sit and watch as the guy who was ruining his career got a Lifetime Achievement Award. That pushed him over the edge. He waited backstage for Dick to go back to his dressing room and he strangled him. It's a nice theory, but the only thing tying Bobby to the room is that hip flask, and he says it belongs to Dick. That's where our new evidence comes in. The medallion and the handkerchief. We found Dick's sobriety medallion. He's been sober for over 40 years.
Which means Bobby was lying. The hip flask is his.
A sobriety medallion? Where in the hell did you find that?
In here, detective.
In here? You said you were looking for a handbag. Yes, Scout, we did say that.
It's not about who found what. It's about coming to the right conclusions.
What a load of crap. Where'd you learn that, Amateur Detective Monthly?
You said it earlier this evening.
Well, you can't just... I can't believe I'm getting outsmarted by a toaster oven. Which brings me to the issue of Dick's handkerchief. When we found Bobby backstage, he was clearly looking for something, so we had a look in the main hall around where Bobby had just been.
And we found a silk handkerchief that wasn't there earlier.
That thing stinks of booze. I think something happened to make Bobby nervous. really nervous. So nervous he needed a drink to calm his nerves. You think he killed Dick? He has the means, the motive, and the opportunity. Getting outsmarted by Miles, the magnificent memory machine! But he wasn't prepared for how it would affect him. He was shaking so bad he dropped his hip flask. What about the handkerchief? He'd just killed Dick and spilled his drink everywhere. He was desperate to clean up the evidence and get out before anyone found him. So he grabbed the nearest piece of cloth and used it to mop up the spill.
And the fingerprints on the doorknob as he left.
Well, I'll be danged, it all fits. Not bad for an amateur, huh? If it wasn't for this gosh dang report, Oh, to heck with the paperwork. I think it's about time I had a chat with Bobby Price. Don't start congratulating yourself just yet, Mizrahi. This isn't over. So, that's the evidence against you. Anything to say for yourself? I didn't mean to do it. I just wanted to talk to him. You call that talking? I'm guessing you didn't like his answer. I didn't get an answer. He came backstage with his award, completely ignored me, walked straight past like I didn't even exist. I put up with a lot of his crap since I took over Backtalk, but that was too much. I busted down his door but I didn't want to kill the guy. I just got carried away. I swear I barely touched him. Not knowing your own strength is no defense against murder, Mr. Price. I'm taking you in. Don't go anywhere, Mizrahi. We still need to talk about this detective hobby of yours. Look, I just did all of the work for you. For free. Where were you? You missed the fireworks. Oh my goodness. Cars rating. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, Car. Hello, viewers. How are you all doing? How was your stream today? What were you doing? What were you playing? Great to see you. Thank you so much. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. If you don't know me, I'm V. I stream a lot of variety of things, but I love Nintendo. I also love Nancy Drew. That was the first thing I streamed. Nancy Drew's probably the most important link to most of my community, so there's that. But like I said, I love Nintendo, so I play a lot of Pokemon. I play a lot of Zelda with my best friend. Right now I'm playing Murder by Numbers, which is a visual novel that involves nonograms. So anybody who is a Nancy Drew fan, you'll know what that is. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all for being here, and I hope you're having a great day. Valorant and Zelda. Awesome. Okay. Where were you? You missed the fireworks.
Is Detective Cross still here?
No, you just missed him. Normally she has collarbones. I still have them. What? Play Zelda with your bestie? What does that mean exactly? Because it sounds amazing. It means that we get together one day a week, that we both can one evening. And she usually does the playing because Zelda stresses me out and I'm not very good at platforming or action battling in games. So I usually hold a strategy guide with a map in case we get stuck, and she does most of the playing. But I really enjoy it, and I enjoy, experiencing Zelda games kind of in that way. Car mentioned Zelda. V says Indy links me to my community. Yeah. Gonna go stretch? Okay, please stretch well. Oh, the green screen. Okay. I still have... No, it didn't upset me. I was just confused as to why you were saying that. Okay. No, you just missed him. He left with Bobby. What's up? Yeah, I get to enjoy the story with limited stress. That's why Holland plays Zelda, and I just enjoy and help when needed. Oh, that's awesome. I love collecting strategy guides. I've been trying to collect Pokemon strategy guides so that I have a full collection. Since I have almost every Pokemon game, a physical copy of every Pokemon game. So my next goal is to get physical strategy guides for every Pokemon game. So that's awesome. I love strategy guides.
An urgent package arrived for him. I told the police officer I'd give it to Detective Cross personally.
And they just let you have it?
I told them I'm Detective Cross's new personal assistant. They seemed impressed.
Yeah, I'm Navi. Hey, listen! I think I preferred you when you didn't know how to lie. What was the delivery?
I'm not sure, but it must be important.
Okay. Which guides are you missing? Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. I would really love strategy guides for the PokePark games, if they exist. I actually haven't looked into that. If they exist, I would love PokePark guides. And then I know I need... I have all the Ranger guides. I need a new Pokemon Snap guide. I need a Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl guide. Yeah, I'd have to, like, make a list. I probably should do that. I think I have all of the main series guides. I probably will grab a guide for Legends. Yeah. My family had one guidebook. It was for The Sims 2. Whoopsies. Trying to be precise with my mouse, sometimes I just fail. Got him. Crab? Oh, blood test. Only guidebooks I had for Pokemon were for the GameCube ones. Oh, so Coliseum and XD. I have those guides. This must be the forensic report Cross was waiting for. Oh my, if I'm reading this right, then these blood results mean...
What? What does it mean?
I thought it was a lobster claw. It's good to know it's here. Oh. I have to take this to Cross. This changes everything. So he was drunk?
What changes everything?
He must have been drunk. He must have been intoxicated, and we just arrested Bobby, which I knew would happen because this happened in the last case. Detective Cross, where's Bobby? Talking to his lawyer. Why? Dick's blood tests came back, and, well, see for yourself. I don't believe it. This says... And that means... Bobby Price couldn't have killed Dick Stanford because he was already dead. Oh, what? What?
I don't understand. Bobby confessed.
Robot's got a point, and there were strangulation marks on Dick's throat. I never said Bobby was lying. He did strangle Dick, but that wasn't what killed him. According to this blood test, Dick was poisoned. He died before Bobby even laid a finger on him. You're telling me Bobby Price strangled a corpse? I don't even know if that's illegal or not.
But that means whoever killed Dick is still loose.
Not for long. We got that whole building in lockdown. Whoever it is, we got him cornered. That means there's still time. Let's go. Smooth the moves. Wait a second. How did you get out of the building?
One of your officers thinks I'm your personal assistant.
Gee, I don't know how they got that idea. You know, you two make a great argument for early retirement.
What happens to Bobby now?
He's out on bail. One of the benefits of being a TV star, I guess. Good lawyers. So he's gone? What if we still need to question him about something? Can strangulation marks be made if someone has passed? I mean, I suppose you can still bruise a body, especially if they're only freshly dead, right? Because, like, I don't know. I assume you can still bruise a body that's not living. I don't know for sure. I'm not a coroner, but I would assume you probably could. He's not going anywhere. One of the conditions of his bail is that he cooperates with the investigation. Don't forget, I've done this 100 times. I know what I'm doing. Unlike you.
Detective, I saw you taking Bobby Price into custody. I always knew he was trouble.
In that case, I'm sorry to disappoint you. He's innocent.
Innocent? Are you sure?
I found the evidence myself, Mom. Dick was poisoned.
But don't worry, we'll catch the real killer soon.
I've had just about enough of this. How many times do I have to tell you you are not detectives? But I don't want to hear it. I let it slide when it was about your friend. But this? You're out of your depth, Miss Rahi. You really want to help? Here's a job for you. A hot pink 4x4 was double parked out front. It was getting towed as we arrived. Why don't you two use those detective skills of yours to find the owner? They need to go collect it from the impound lot.
A new mystery to solve.
Forget about it, Scout. He's just trying to keep us out of his way. You're darn right I am. You think this stupid car is more important than finding a murderer? Absolutely not, but it's the only thing I'm gonna let you investigate around here. Take it or leave it.
Perhaps we should just investigate the car, Honor.
Whose side are you on? I've even got your first piece of evidence. They checked inside before it got towed and found something on the dash.
Let me take a look.
Alright, I think this will be our last puzzle before I head out. 7. 1. 1, 2, 3. Those jams, though. Hey. Yeah, so every time we find a piece of evidence, we have to do a nonogram to figure out what that piece of evidence is. So that's really fun, like a fun game mechanic, I guess, that I've really been enjoying since I do love nonograms so much. Brief research suggests it has to be within like a couple hours. Oh yeah, well it would have just been like minutes. Minutes after. Or moments after even. Big Brother, like, looking at your Google history, like... If anything, I could just say I'm a writer or enjoy true crime. Both are true. There you go. It's always good to have an alibi. I'm assuming that's the 3 and that's the 1. some have been joked about in Anal Stream. I feel like Bobby wouldn't straggle. He wouldn't straggle an obviously dead body. I think he was moments from dying rather than moments dead. Well, Bobby said, I wanted to talk to him. Instead, he ignored me, walked right past me, and I followed him into the room and he ignored me. So I think he was literally like dying, probably laid down on the couch and passed within a few minutes. And when he was ignoring Bobby, I think that's what set Bobby off. He got upset. He started to strangle the body, not knowing it was already passed. So that's my theory. I'm running out of minutes before I gotta run. All right. Wait, what? 317? Nope, this is 6. Uh-oh, something has gone terribly wrong. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, this is all screwy now. Shoot. I think I'm gonna have to come back to this puzzle. Nope, I didn't mean to just do that, but okay. Yeah. I unfortunately have to go. But thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry for the very quick sign off. But, yeah, I did. I see how this is becoming a problem. You're welcome for the stream. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Sorry for the short stream, but, I'll hopefully be back soon. It might be tomorrow night that me and Holland start Skyward Sword. So if you're interested in Zelda and things, be there for that. Have a good one, everybody. Take care of yourselves. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.